Now we continue with the tools on the icon bar. The last icon to investigate is the pen and squiggly line that brings up our drawing tools. Click it and the tools expand from our black tabs on the left where layers, watershed, and flow path are located. We'll work from the bottom up and look at label. The label allows us to add text or a text box at any point on our map. It should be becoming clear that you need to set your parameters before you place objects in the field scope interface. So we want to choose our text color and font size first, and type in our label before placing it. We can choose color by clicking on the box to give us a palette. The most common colors are along the left, and the more diverse options are to our right. Pick something that will jump out, like red, and now use the arrows to choose a font size. It ranges from 4 to 256. I like 12. And then we can write in the label that we are identifying a lookout point. When we move our cursor, it will place the center of the label on that point. We have the option to make the label with a white text box or without. We can move this or any other object created with the drawing tools with the Move tool. Let's leave our label as is, and now let's draw a polygon. Just like the Query Polygon tool, you click for each vertex and double-click to complete the polygon. The default colors are pretty intense, and the outline is thick. Let's use our options to tone it down. These tools are to help you see things on the map, and thick lines and bold fills can obscure the things on the map you are trying to bring attention to. We'll create a new polygon with our toned down image, and we'll discuss these a bit later. The Freeform Line tool works like a pen. Select it and then click on your starting point and hold down the button as you move your mouse until you want to stop the line. We have the same transparency and line width options for this tool as we've seen before. It is helpful to create displays in multiple segments so that you don't lose your entire work if you make a mistake. The Straight Line tool does exactly what it says. Click one point and double-click the next, and we have the path as the crow flies. One thing you may have noticed is that when you change the line color and then change tools, the line color carries over. Now let's zoom out a step at a time and see what happens. The most obvious thing is that the lookout point gets larger. A little less obvious is that the lines on the outside of the polygons and from our straight and freeform line tools are getting larger relative to the map. This is because the lines and the labels are defined by the font size and will stay true to that font size relative to our screen as the map changes scale. The points of the vertexes of the polygons and points of our lines are locked into their coordinate position, so the shapes will cover the same area on the map, while the label, which is only fixed by its center point, increases in size. If you're going to create an image, it is important to keep these dynamics in mind as you plan displays. Now let's grab our eraser and remove each piece. The eraser works only on items created by the drawing tools. If you had created a query polygon, we would need to escape out of that. There is one more thing to cover to complete our exploration of the map. The search tool, which is found on its black tab. We just enter an address or school name, and all the locations that include it will be listed and we can locate them on the map. We can put in a name like the school West Springfield High and locate it. From there, we can use any of our other tools to find out about the area. Later, you can enter your school or address too. Now that we know how to make our way around the map and manipulate it, we can move on to some analysis tools that utilize math. The next video will cover scatter plot and time series plot.